Well, hello there again. So I'm going to be going over some GoFormative that we just got the premium version for. And I'll tell you what, I've been using this since I got into Mesa View. It's something that has helped expedite kind of grading and going through student work on summative assessments or even just a quick exit ticket. It's not as complicated as you think. And I'm sorry if you feel that it is. I'm here to help you out. I think for us, the hardest part before getting even the premium version was getting our students comfortable with logging into GoFormative and having everything synced up. But once they're in, it's the quickest way to kind of get things graded and done. And you can kind of address students and their needs using this program. So um, when we go here, when we go to GoFormative, and if you guys have used Socratic, it's very similar. But GoFormative has kind of been the go-to for us. And as you can see, just previewing mine, I've been using it since 2016 and kind of on and from there. So let me just log out so you kind of see the main screen. And then from here, you'll log in and sign in with Google. And for your students, it'll be a very similar process. And you'll have to make sure that if if it's your first time using GoFormative, that you have them already synced up, and I'm going to show you where that is. So over here from classes, these are your four kind of main tabs. And right here, it's very easy, Google Classroom Sync or Clever Roster Sync. So you can add GoFormative on from your Clever and to your Clever, and you can also do a Google Classroom Sync. Now, in the beginning of the year, I used the Google Classroom Sync, and I was able to get my 21 students on. Now, if this is your first time, you can probably do either or. If you know your classrooms are changing quite often or whatnot, maybe Clever might be better for you. Either one, it typically works very, very well. Again, the biggest issue we've had is students not clicking login with Google, and it kind of messes them up. And if you have any issues with that, just reach out to Tom and myself. Usually the problem is easily solved when you remove them from the roster and the sync and then put them back on using the login with Google. As you can see, all my students have logged in with Google right there. This tracker kind of keeps an idea of some of the GoFormatives you have assigned before. Maybe some things you need to have graded, whatnot. It's this is very similar to Google Classroom, but it's just kind of a quick view of some of those things. And luckily for us, GoFormative does have a library of resources. So if you need just a quick exit ticket on addition, addition exit ticket, you can search and find some things from Miss Cooper or James Lewis. You can find those items and you can kind of see if you like them, take what you want, take what you don't want, and you got some pre-made stuff there for you. Heck, you got some that have standards associated with it. Perfect. There you go. Your job's done, right? I myself and my team and everyone, we've kind of created our own. So I'm going to show you how to create your own GoFormative. All right. So I'm going to go to New Formative. And you get a blank screen. So let's put a title. Let's put practice. Practice GoFormative. Okay. Right over here, this little bouncing plus sign, I'm going to click on it. Now, with the premium version, we get all the things you want. Heck, you can even upload a PDF or document. I haven't tried that myself. I'm not too sure if that's something related to like a Cami where the kids can edit onto the PDF. Don't quote me on that. Let me just show you the main functions of GoFormative and how I like to use it. Let's go with a simple multiple choice question right down here. All right. Let's think about pick the noun. Okay. You type in your question. Don't worry too much about the plus sign, but you can add audio or embed a link. You can even put in a video now because, again, with the premium version, all the choices are available for you. Normally for us, we just write the question. Pick a noun. And I can put dog, run, lovely. Okay. Now you can have randomize the order. You can put a standard on there to help other teachers or yourself kind of keep track of what you've been assigning. Lovely. You picked all those things. Now pick the noun. I'm going to pick the right answer. So GoFormative knows to automatically grade that for me and if they get it right or wrong. All right. Let's do another one. Let's do multiple selection. Okay. Pick all the nouns. Right? Dog, cat, jumping, horse. There's a new feature here, allow for partial credit. So let's say that they only picked dog and horse. It'll give them some credit. Now, this was a new feature that is now available because of the premium version. I haven't tried it personally. I still manually go in and grade like some of these multiple selection ones or some of these show your what questions, which I'll show you in a sec. But that's a nice feature to have, and hopefully it does work out. Let me know or let your coworkers know and your team know, and they can start clicking this. It'll save some time. And you can do randomize order. And for this case, because we're making it, we want to pick all the correct answers. So dog, cat, and horse. Those are all the nouns. Let's go to short answer. Now, these obviously require grading, and I'll show you that. Write down 3 of your own nouns. I was going to put like from home or from outside, but just write down 3 of your own nouns. Now, over here with the key, you can actually write down exactly what they can put in. Let's say that I want them to write pencil. So if I were to write in pencil, it will automatically give them that point. Normally with short answers, though, I still go in and manually grade. Why? Because let's say the kid capitalized pencil. Then if you didn't have that capitalized word, it's not going to give them that point. Just go in and manually grade. That's my suggestion. I'll show you. It's very, very quick to manually grade. Okay? Those are your 3 like bread and butter. Multiple choice, multiple selection, short answer. But now we got all the good stuff now. True or false? Easy. Is dog a noun? True or false? True. Easy. They'll see that, no problem. And you'll get a preview. I'll show you that at the very end. Now let's go to some fun stuff. Matching. This was a premium item. So now we can do matching with GoFormative. So let me try to remember this question. I made the practice one over here. Yes. So I can do match what goes with each food item. I'm always thinking about what's next on the plate. So let's put hot dog bun, hamburger. Let's put cheese. I don't know, whatever. Let's put ice cream. Oh, so they have to match the right right word with the right category. There's tons of matching questions that you can find that will work for what you're trying to assess. This is just an example, and you'll see what it looks like for the students. Categorize. Excellent one. Put in the correct groups for nouns and verbs, right? So label your category. Let's say noun. And over here, we'll put verb. And then I'm going to put dog, running, fish, happy. Happy is not a verb. Skiing. Okay. Then, sorry. Dog, running, fish, skiing. Oops. My computer's messing up. This one, maybe you'll want to allow for partial credit. Maybe you'll want to randomize the order. Do whatever you feel like. Again, I'll still show you how to manually grade. This one will probably be a good one for partial credit. Okay. You can change the point value over here. This is worth 4 points. Maybe this one's worth 3 points. Everything else is worth a point, right? Maybe this one, free response, is worth 2 points. Okay. Here's another one. There's audio responses where they can respond to a question. A lot of you guys use Flipgrid, so maybe this one may not be as critical for you, but that could be something perhaps you'd want to experiment with. Essay for maybe the higher grade levels. Very similar to short answer. Graphing is something new. Some of you fifth grade teachers that are doing the coordinate planes and ordered pairs, this may be something good for you. I haven't messed around with this enough to feel confident with it, but try it out, fifth grade teachers, for ordered pairs or plotting points on a coordinate plane, and let us know how it works. Should be pretty good, pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. I think that's resequence. This one's a good one. This one's good for all grades, right? Put into order. Right? Wake up, eat, take a nap. And you'll see, again, you can allow for partial credit perhaps, and you'll see what it looks like for the students. Now from here, again, just following this, you'll be A-okay. Show your work. I'll show you this one right now. You can also add your own content. Let's say you wanted to put a picture. Let's say you screenshotted an image of like equal groups and you wanted to throw that in there. Well, you can go to image, you can go for my device, and you can go find the image, okay? Or maybe it's in your Google Drive. You'll just sync up your Google Drive and sign in on that, put that in there. So let's say for my device, I saw my little fat cat picture. Fat cat. So it'll upload the picture, right? And you can put maybe an essay. Write a paragraph describing Okay. Use sentence frames such as, and then whatever you, right? And then they would type in their stuff. Now, again, this is an essay. It's kind of hard to create a key for what they should type. So I would just leave that blank and you'll have to manually go in and grade it. Let's say you wanted to do a show your work. Okay. So what is 1 plus 1? Show your work. Over here, this is what the students will see. And the students, you'll have to familiarize your students with knowing how to operate this. Now, if they don't have a mouse, honestly, it can be quite challenging. I would shy away from show your works until you can really work with your students and familiarize them with how to operate these kind of keys. So 1 plus 1 is 2, right? And again, I'm using a mouse. You can change the colors, do all those things. You can add shapes. Like let's say we want equal groups. I taught my students, use your circles, draw your circles, and then you can color in your equal groups, right? So 3 groups of 3, that equals 9. They can add images. Normally, my students don't. Teach them not to write out sentences like this, or I should say like this. Teach them how to use the text box. Sorry, it's already showing me that. But you'll have students that want to write the sentence out like this, and they'll take them 40 minutes. No, tell them, use your text box. The rabbit is green. Teach them to use a text box to write their sentences. That'll help dramatically. Now, this box, this will kind of help them if they need to erase or delete. Click on the box and click on what they want to delete. They're also welcome to use the eraser. That takes things out as well. If they need to move around, use the hand and zoom in and zoom out. Fairly self-explanatory for us, but I do recommend highly walk your students through this process, because if not, they're only going to frustrate themselves when they have to show the work. Okay, definitely spend time teaching them how to do this, and it'll make your life easier, way easier. I tell you what. Okay, so let's back out of that. Check mark. Okay, and then it shows their work right there. And you'll have to manually go in and grade it. Okay? Let's say I want that 3 points. I got a decent amount of questions here. Now, before I assign, and this is duplicate, right? So that's duplicate, remove. Right over here, duplicate and question and remove. So now you say, okay, all is fine and dandy. I want to preview this as a student. Over here in the little eyeball is your preview. What's funny is you can preview it if they took it on their phone, on their tablet, or on their computer. Obviously, they're probably going to do computer, right? So this is the actual preview of the test that they are going to take. What I like to do, if I feel like this may be a challenging kind of quiz and I want to go through it and kind of front load it for them, I will walk them through the test using this preview. Make sure you have the preview already opened, because if you don't, you're going to be showing them all the answers. All right? So make sure you have the test that they're going to take open, and then go to preview and do computer. It always defaults to the tablet first, because sometimes teachers want to work side by side with what they're seeing and what the students are going to see. Have this open, show your students what they're going to have to do, what they need to do. And some of the students really like it because you can take the test with them or as they're going with them. And you can really help them out and give them feedback, especially through the digital learning that we are doing now. So here's a preview of our test. Pick the noun. Okay, let's check. Good. I can only pick one. Pick all the nouns. All right. Got them all picked, right? Uh-oh, I picked the wrong one. Whatnot. That's okay. Show you how to go in and manually grade. Write down 3 of your own nouns. Remember, we talked about pencil and pencils. You'll have to go in manually and do these. Okay? Dog. I don't know, whatever. Is dog a noun, true or false? Sure. And it gives them the point values right off to the side if the students are curious. Here's your new stuff. Match what goes with each food item. Okay, ice cream and hot dog bun. Oh, that doesn't go together. Ice cream and cone does. All right. Hot dog and cheese. Yeah, that kind of goes together, but looks there's a better choice. Hot dog and hot dog bun. Perfect. So this is a good matching one. And if you're doing sequence of events like third grade is, that's an excellent option that we have now. Okay. Categories, especially for any grammar or vocab or things of that nature. Now we have a categories. I love this. Okay, skiing is a verb. Okay, and notice how they can't put them on multiple. They can on that, right? But if they use it once and they try to put it in the same one, it won't go. So they'll have to be very careful about that. Okay, fish over here, running. You'll have to probably teach them to use the that little arrow. That's it. And if they want to take something out, press the X. Here is that essay that we were talking about. Again, coordinate planes, powered by Desmos. It's really good. Again, 4th or 5th grade teachers, you may want to experiment with this. Let's say -1, 2. Yeah, there you go. It's not too bad, right? Let's say label it point A. Pretty cool. Not too bad. Yeah, 5th grade. That'll be pretty nice. Put in order. Eat, take a nap, wake up. I'm going to wake up first before I eat. Then I'll take a nap. So put in order. Again, another great option that we have. Here's a beautiful fat cat. Write a paragraph describing the cat. Use sentence string, and then you can just type. We have to manually grade it. Here's that show your work. Now notice how it has my writing in there already. So as a teacher, if you wanted to go in and kind of prep them for this, you can. Okay. Notice I can't erase what the teacher's already put. So that's something that I can probably go back and edit. So I'm going to exit the preview. Let's go back here. Let's take out all this junk, right? And let's pre-set up the question. So let's go over here. You can even do lines if you want it like super straight. 1, and then I'll have to switch to scribble. Plus, I guess I could have done line, doesn't matter. Not a perfectionist. We all have our faults, right? Boom. So you already have that set up. Now they can show their work. Granted, they'll probably need less for 1 + 1, right? But let's say you're doing addition with regrouping or long division. Long division might be a little frustrating for students on this, but it's possible, right? So then I can go back to my preview, eyeball, and now they already have the problem set up for them. Now they can do what they gotta do, right? So pretty neat. I mean, I like it. I had another teacher telling me about, well, can I put in the audio and let's say you have like a listening comprehension question that you want them to listen to a passage and answer a question based off what they listened. You should be able to do that. Add audio. You can record your audio, and then on the plus sign, on the next plus sign, put a short answer. What happened in the beginning of the story? You can do that now. So now you can combine some listening comprehension with short story in GoFormative. And it's phenomenal because the students will all get to hear the same thing, and then all you have to do is grade your short answers. So now you're saying, okay, before we wrap up, view responses. Let's say you've already assigned this, right? You've assigned this to your class. You can even do guest students. Let's say you just got a new student. You want them to take a GoFormative magically for some reason. Maybe they came in on a Friday or a Wednesday, whenever your test day is. You want to see what they know. Go ahead. You can even assign them as a guest student until they get into our system. And it'll give you that record, if I'm not mistaken. As always, it's best to kind of have everything already synced up, though. Okay, let's go to view responses. Over here, you can see all the questions we have. Your totals is kind of like where I like to work from. So these were my answers as a teacher. And notice how it'll tell you what the students have received. And look at, yeah, it did even do that partial score, which is super nice. I like that. Notice over here, it didn't give them any scores, but let's say that this is correct. Let's say all three of them are correct. I'm going to go ahead and give them a +2. You can even add, ooh, that's pretty neat too. Hey, that's new. You can add these answers as something that works. And if another student has it, then it'll be marked correct. Again, I still like manual. I'll still go in and just manually do it. You say, well, Mr. Wong, that'll be super tedious. Believe it or not, it's really fast. Because if you use this to go by question, and then the list will go up and down based on like your students, oh, you're zooming through. You can grade an entire class of 29 in 10 minutes if you set up your GoFormatives the right way, which is why you're watching this video. Okay, so let's see over here. Perfect, everything's matched up. Uh-oh, someone got something wrong. Look, this one didn't give them the partial credit, right? So like skiing is a verb. Maybe I didn't put it in correctly, but it didn't give them the partial credit. I can go in and give them at least 1 point for that. You understand? So there it goes there. These are blank. Why? Because these are your short answer responses or your essays, or in this case was the graphing. So you'll have to go in and manually give them. You can even give them half points. I'm known to then do that. So that's your quick way of grading things. And I mean, before I let you guys go, just for this question or answer. Oh, that's pretty neat. That's new too. Then you know everything's graded. That's your score. You can change it to the points correct. I have not exported. What I'll normally do is I'll have everything already on GoFormative. I'll have it as the points, right? Either one, actually, because if I just make it out of 10, I can just put 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, whatever I wanted, right? You can do either or. If you're stickler on points, you can put in the points. I've not tried the exports. Maybe someone else could be super good on that, or find a way to do it where you make it into a sheet, and then from that sheet, you can put it into your classroom, and from your classroom, you sync it to your Aries. Oh, good Lord. Figure that out for me, please. Until then, again, I just like to have everything graded. And I literally, once everything's graded, it's 3 minutes to literally put it into your, it takes longer to create the assignment on Aries than it is to actually just plug in your scores from there. Okay? We're all in the interest of saving time and helping ourselves get the data that we need to kind of figure out if these students are learning something or not, or if we need to go back and reteach, or if we're ready to move on. GoFormative is just another tool you can use to kind of help yourselves figure things out and for your classroom and best practices. So I encourage you to go in here, practice it, assign it. Over here, when you assign it, you'll have to turn it on, turn it off, okay? Post it on the Google Classroom or not. I typically don't post the link because sometimes, at least my students kind of got mixed up with on the link and syncing to their Google, and they accidentally pressed login with Clever, and it was a hot mess. I just re-taught my kids, just go to goformative.com and sign in with Google. It'll be there waiting for you. If you can get your kids to just know how to use the link and post it on your classroom and all that, you'll be a-okay. And look at this. These are premium features that are available now. You can even put time limits. You can keep visible so that they can go back and retake it. You can return scores now, which was nice because you couldn't show them the scores if you made like an all multiple choice one. They wouldn't be able to see the scores until you kind of like accepted it. This is great. I love it. Display questions in random order. Again, it's just because I've been using GoFormative for so long. It's very nice to see these features. Like it's not too bad. Anyways, I know I've kept you guys too long, but reach out if you have any questions. I'm happy to kind of figure them out with you, help you out. I hope you guys do use this tool, just like Nearpod. I mean, I'm all in on Nearpod. I've been all in on GoFormative. I'm just very happy that we got the premium version. And just don't be shy. I'm telling you, this will save you time for your exit tickets, your CFAs, everything, everything. If you're the type of person that struggles with finding things to grade, just make a 5-question GoFormative. Boom, you got something to grade. Okay. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for listening to me. And we'll catch you around.